This is the description box where you have the text BMW M235 coupe. You have some description right here. This view 360 degrees exterior, explore the text, the engine type, and the horsepower. Let's get into our IDE and start to make that happen. In our index, let's hide what we don't really want to make that become easy for us to work. Let's put here before our see more and after our background. We are going to put some description here. Box. I'm going to put the container. Then I have the description box itself. Description box. We have two headings here. The first one, which is this, and the third one, level. So let's put h2. I'm going to say class description box heading main. I'm going to copy this description box to this part, and we are going to have our h3 here. The class is also this, but it's the secondary heading. Let me actually increase this. I'm going to the final version, copy this, but this doesn't need to be here uppercased, but how the A is uppercased. To save my time, I'm going to put here. Take this intersection of tag, luxury in one, robust vehicle, and so on. Paste right here. That's it. Next, we have to group our button. So I'm going to say description div class description box okay. And I'm going to copy this. This is the group of our button. Let me actually put my button as a span element. Inside, I'm going to have that icon, which is this globe. The class of that, you already know where to find it. Font awesome globe. I'm going to put FA, flip, because this is the animation. And description box, button, icon. Good. Then I'm going to have anchor tag to say go to nowhere. The class, I'm going to put description box button link. It's much better. Button link. This is going to say view is 360 degrees exterior. Let's save. The next group that we have is for this, where we have explore the specs. So I'm going to say this is outer link. This is going to take us to somewhere out inside of our description box. So this is going to be outer link. I'm going to put inside of a container, and that's an icon, link to nowhere. The class here, I'm going to say outer container link is much better, and I'm going to copy this because I will need for the icon. In this, I'm going to say explore the specs. Save this, but I have an icon right here, so I have to put that. This is explore the specs. I'm going to put the icon first here. This is my icon class, font awesome, angle to the right, and the class is going to be right here, other container. This is icon, so I can put right here icon. Next we have to group the text. I'm going to say description box footer for simplicity. So this description box footer. If you find more beautiful and easy to remember names, please put here. Then I have the first group, which is this one, containing engine and petrol. So let me create a div. The class is going to be description box footer group, all of that, and each of that element is going to be inside of a span. I'm going to put engine. This first is the title, so I can say footer group. Both of them are the same right here. We can group in different ways. Engine petrol. So let's see, engine petrol, horsepower. This one, this could be title, velo, or we can even consider all as items. This is much better, and I don't have to write so much. This is petrol. So let's copy this div, duplicate. Here let's put horsepower and 306 HP. This must be all for that. We have all here, so let's create our component. This is going to be a new description box as CSS description box. Let's go to our main file. I want to have this on the right side. Put our description box right here. Save. Just side by side. This is increasing too much. I'm going to put this right here so that you can see what we are working with if you feel the need. Let's save and see how this looks in our website. We have to go down. Here we have BMW M235. Okay, I'm going to actually start formatting this and give a break row between these M235. So let me come here and simply say break row. This should fix. Okay, we want to make this be right here inside of our background. For that we have to make sure that its position is set to absolute. So we can come here to our shows and say description box container is gonna have an absolute position. From top we can make some 20%, and left is going to be something small, 3%. Let's save and set its width to 100%. Therefore the parent element, which is this one, header show, needs to have a relative position. But instead of this, I can put inside of the background. This makes much sense how it's with the background. Put this component here in the background to make more sense, and put the position to relative. Save. Let's go and check. Okay, it's starting to have a good viewing for us. So let's go to our description box and start formatting. Well, I prefer to start giving a background to my description box. so that I can see where I'm working. Alice Blue, save this. Let me see where I have it. Okay, this is so huge, so I'm going to do something. Set its width to some 24%. Have a little bit of padding. I'm going to start with 1.4 rem to all the sides and put its opacity to 0.9, because you can see this is hiding all that's behind and we don't want that to happen. So let's save and save. Okay, very good. Now we can see a little bit of what's behind. Put the background here to color white. Save it. Next, we're going to start formatting our heading main. Is the next thing. I'm going to set its font size to 24 pixels. I have tried this and saw that yes, it's okay, so I'm not going to use my my inspector to figure out which one is better. The font weight here has been reduced. Let's put a small letter spacing, some 0.32 rems, and the text transform here needs to be uppercased. You may fail here to write all the things in lowercase, but we must make sure that it's going to be always uppercased. Let's see how this is going to behave. Okay, it's going there slowly. Oh yes, let's reduce the line height. You can see here the height between the lines is so high, so let's set its line height to normal. Let's put it here, line height to normal, and actually increase this from the top from 20 to some 23 and see if this is going to be exactly there or not. Okay, very good. Now we have to focus on what? This part of intersection of tag and some other stuff, but we have to add some padding bottom to this one. I'm going to put here padding bottom, just add some 0.5 rem and see. Okay, I can reduce a little bit, so I'm just going to leave some 0.48 rem. Very good. Then we go to our heading sec, and this is heading secondary. Here we're gonna put its font weight to be smaller, put the font size to 1.12 rems, put a bit of letter spacing. Let's try some 1.6 pixels. We have a line height which is different, and I have tried this line height, that's why I'm going to be placing with you and we're not going to be testing. Again, the text transform needs to be uppercased, and we're going to have a padding to the bottom of some 0.8 rems. The text align is set to justify. Let's save and see how this looks like. Very good. Going slowly. Now we have to format this stuff right here. Now we can go to the container of our button or even the button directly. Description box, button, then we have our icon with links. So let's come here and say that we want to target what is button over, and yes, it's on the right place. Description box button. I'm going to give some white space right here because I want to have this up. I'm going to start giving a text transform because all there is uppercased. Background color, you already know that is color light blue. This is the color. I'm going to make sure that all is being displayed in line block. I want to be able to give some paddings and some margins. I'm going to give some padding of 0.8 rem vertically and some 1.12 rems horizontally, the same that I gave to the font size there. Then I'm going to increase the font weight to some 700 and put a letter spacing of some 1.6 pixels. Let me save and see how this is gonna behave. Next thing is our icon. So we have to find here what is our icon, and for our icon we're basically going to change the color to be white and just increase its font size 2.24 rem. Save, see how that behaves. Okay, it's starting to make how we want. Then we have our link. We're gonna put the color to be color white, increase its font size to some 1.12 rems. We're gonna have a padding to the left so that it stays a bit shifted from that icon, our globe. We're gonna set some display as inline block. I really like to make this when I work with the links. And let's save. See, okay, much better. Let's actually bring this a little bit to here on top. So we're gonna set its own position to be relative, and from top we can make some -3 pixels, or we can even say translate on the y direction -3 pixels, and see what we have. Okay, here we have. If we inspect it, we can find out what is much better for us, where we have the transform. Okay, we can simply keep reducing, but -3 pixels is much better. And as we hover on that, we're going to change the background to be color dark green. We must make some transition here. So before our icon, so transition to all in some 0.3 seconds. Save this and see how it's gonna behave. Very good. This lesson is gonna be a bit longer, but stay with me please. Let's go to our outer link right here. This is the next part. Now our outer link is inside of our description box. Let's make sure that it's here. Outer link, and we have its container. So let's hover, description box, outer link, container. Very good. So let's make sure that it's text transform is set to uppercase it. We're gonna have some padding on the left side, but let me see if it's much better if we give the padding to the left side. No, top and bottom first. Left and right it's okay, because it can be right here on this side. So top and bottom, let's start with some 1.5 rem. Left and right, this one, and put the font size. That shouldn't be so big, so let's put some 96 rems and save here. Okay, giving it a 5. Yeah, it's okay, but I actually didn't see any transform right here. Let me put here to capitalize. I want to see if this is really working. Explore the specs that changed something. Let me go there, put uppercase, outer link, put this something 1.52. I don't know if this is working or not. I can't see any transformation right here, because here we are inside of the description box button, so this shouldn't be here. Let's place here. Yes, it's inside of the description box. Nope, it's not inside of the description box, it's inside of the description box container. That's what we have. But for simplicity, we can put here in the description box. What we have to do is to simply remove the end of this div where we close this footer. Let's put right here, and this all belongs to the description box. This should be properly indented. So let's make sure that we have all of this stuff right here until we close this footer with tab. Let's see right now, description box container, description box. This one is for the description box footer, and yes, it's much better right now. Let's save and save and save, see what we have. Yes, ignore the specs right here, and that's why we didn't have that background going over for all of this. Now is where this should be. After our outer link, what we can attack here, let's see. We have this container. We can even just work with the link inside. So let's put, and we have our link. This is outer link container link. Very good. With that link, we're gonna change the color. So the color is text gray. Put its font weight to 700. I'm going to put the letter spacing to some 0.32 rands. The letter spacing has a small amount in terms of value, so it doesn't have text gray. Let me go to my variables, abstract text gray. Oh, it's not here. Oh, it's color gray, I mean. Oh, color gray. So let me put color gray, save, and this must fix that. Let's see. Okay, this should be underscores, so let's see. Okay, still not, but we should have outer link container. So let me see if I wrote this how it should be. Outer, oh, it's outer container link. Oh, let's change here to outer link all of these container, and yeah, much better. Okay, saving here. As we hover, we have some changes, so let's put here hover. In our link, we're gonna change the color to color light blue, just that, color light blue. We don't have any transition right here, so let's add some transition to our link transition, just the color. I'm tired of putting all, why we don't have many properties. But okay, let's put all just to keep the things how we made there. Still not. As we hover in our link, so let me hover here and see if I've written all how it should. Outer link container, hover. We're gonna format our outer link. I'm having some focus problems right here. This shouldn't be there, so before that. Now it's okay. Nice. Now let's see what we have. It's our footer group. Our footer group description box, so this is still there, not, but here we have. So, and this footer group, let's start. Hover, description box, footer group, description box, footer group. Okay, I'm double checking right now. This is where we have. We can start giving some padding to all of that. Top and bottom, just give some separation from what we had previously, and bottom also we can give. Left and right we're gonna leave. Let's focus on our footer group item. Each of these items is going to be displayed as a block level element. I want them to occupy their each line. We have this env of type 1. Env of type 1 is the engine, which is going to have a greater font size. So let's start with the font size of 1.12 rems. I'm going to put the text to transform to uppercase it. Then I'm going to put the font weight to some 700 and letter spacing of 0.16 rem. Save, and let me see how that behaves. Still didn't update. Nope. Let's hover again and make sure that we are making the right things. Inside of our footer group, oh, it's item. Nice. That's very cool. Let's go to our env of type 2, which is the last one. Font size, we're going to reduce to some 0.96 rems. I'm going to actually give some more reduced right here. I'm just trying this one and put some margin to the top of 0.16 rem. Margin top of this value. Save and see. Yes, much better. We did it. I'm proud of you and of me.